Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into today's bird video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's bird video. Day 10 will take us to the 22nd of March, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. May run around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 for the next 4 weeks at the end of the video. Gets us well into the first half of April, and I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just save up the first video sales our 6 10 UK weather forecast, and we'll also release episode 15. The final episode of this season of Stratospheric. So check out those 2 vids if you'd like to do that. Like, share, and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. We need to put on around 20 to 25 subscribers to get ourselves 19.6k. So if you could give us a sub, that'd be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Eyes very short again. They've been a real nuisance at the moment. So hopefully they'll be a bit more settled tomorrow. But for today, again, I'm off camera. It's a voice only today. Right, well, let's crack on with the video. Oh yeah, and remember, please everyone, that normally we'd be live streaming this 10 to 14 day on a Wednesday, but of course at the moment we're only doing 1 live stream a week, which is on a Sunday. So until about June, I would have thought, until about summer, the Wednesday 10 to 14 days will be video only. Right, all that said, all the announcements done. Let's crack on. Starting off with the latest wind flow map from earthnorthschool.net, showing that winds are continuing to come from a cold northerly direction. There have been some wintry showers across the country. It's been a nice day here at GavsWeatherVids Towers with plenty of sunshine, but other places have had winds in from the north and from the northeast, and wintry showers in places. Rain, hail, sleet, even some snow was seen at Cheltenham, I think, this morning, rather surprisingly. But it would have been surprised if you'd been watching the 6 AM forecast, because we picked up on that little cluster of wintry showers coming through west and through the southwest first thing. Anyway, central temperature is currently sitting at 7.8. That's 2.2 degrees above 61 to 1990 average. In provisional to yesterday, that is starting to come down, and will, of course, come down further over the next few days. These were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. I'm at Birmingham today, where we'd be looking at, if we was live streaming, this is 10 to 14 there. So the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham, starting off below average with the upper air temperatures for the next week. Really quite cold until the weekend. I mean, gradually not quite as cold, but still below average. Into the third week and the final week of March, where we see the upper air temperatures returning closer to normal, although that does mask quite a bit of that scatter within the ensemble. So milder ensemble members up here, colder ensemble members down there, and a mix with some of the ensemble members showing mild and cold. Precipitation-wise, a lot of dry weather to come over the next week, and then more unsettled through into the second half of the month, with some rather large-ish precipitation spikes there from about the 20th to the 24th of March. Temperature anomalies. Oops, what's stubborn there? Not very good, is it? Temperature anomalies for the next 5 days can be out colder than average of UK and Ireland and most of Western Europe as well. 6 to 10 day temperature anomaly is coming out closer to average, still a bit on the cold side in west and southwest, and the 10 to 14 day temperature anomaly then is close to normal or slightly above average. So recovery in temperatures taking place over the next couple of weeks after cold start. And precipitation anomalies for the next 7 days coming out drier than normal, especially so in the north and in the west. The 8 to 14 day precipitation anomaly is closer to average. Right, so let's start going through the all-important chart data. Some latest UK Met Euro run is looking for midnight on Saturday. High pressure is in control, mostly dry and quite chilly into the weekend. Probably not too bad by day, but cold by night. Into next week, high pressure gradually starts to slip away into Central and Eastern Europe, with low pressure out to the west, and we're drawing up a southerly southeast wind, so becoming milder through next week, but perhaps turning more unsettled, especially so in the west. Icon starts off mostly dry and quite chilly as well as we're going through next week. So sorry everyone, and as we go into the weekend, mostly dry and chilly, then into next week, that high pressure sticking with us, bringing plenty of dry weather with it. But gradually through next week, Icon has that high pressure slowly slipping into the central parts of Europe. And that begins to allow some lower pressure start to move in from off the Atlantic. But a little bit less so, probably, compared to the UK Met. So drier up to middle next week with Icon, and mild as well, winds up from a southerly direction. And then the KMA looks like that. Once again, plenty of high pressure to come into the weekend and even into next week as well. That brings cold nights, but not too bad by day. Gradually around day 9, 10, start to more unsettled low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. Even then, have quite a strong anticyclonic signal down in the south, but a bit more mobility there with the KMA from about day 8, 9 onwards. And then the GFS midnight run looks like that. So almost of a much shift of the weekend into next week. Low pressure heading in from off the Atlantic, turning more unsettled as week goes on, with low pressure bringing a return of the wet conditions, certainly as we get about at days 8, 9 and 10, trough right over the top of the country. And then in the extended range, well, low pressure keeps on coming further. Wet and windy weather is heading in from off the Atlantic there. The GFS 6 said, showing again high pressure in control through the weekend into next week, slowly slipping away, allowing low pressure to come in from off the Atlantic, looking much more unsettled with both GFS runs through the second half of next week. Then we start to pick up a nice ridge though in the extended range with the GFS 6 there. So some more settled weather for a few days before we're back to more unsettled conditions again by the 28th of March. It's very much seesawing between high pressure and low pressure there. No sign of any tropospheric response to the strat warm, you will notice. I haven't touched on strat warm in this video because we covered it extensively with episode 15 of Stratwatch. So if you want to know about all things stratosphere related, check out Stratwatch, episode 15, the final episode of Stratwatch for that. Within the short range model output so far, we've still got the GEM and the ECM to go. There's no sign of any tropospheric response to that stratospheric warming up to the end of March. So, don't always get a tropospheric response. Have to wait and see. We have got the first half of April, and we could still get a tropospheric response. So let's wait and see. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure everyone forward doing that. And why not drop a comment? Let's know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get to subscribe to. Make sure everyone forward doing that. I'm going to power on quite quickly now. Get offline. My eyes are so sore. Right. So GM high pressure again, dominating the weather on Saturday and on Sunday into Monday and Tuesday. High pressure gradually slipping away. Winds going into the south, so becoming milder through next week. Start to turn more unsettled as low pressure heads in from off the Atlantic. So a change there next week after a dry, high pressure dominated start. We turn unsettled with spells of rain and low pressure takes over. And then the ECM rounding it all off with high pressure again sitting over the country at the weekend. Gradually slipping away to the east the middle part of next week, but less of an influence from low pressure until the end of the week with the ECM. By day 10, though, low pressure is back in control, turning more unsettled again. And then in the extended, high pressure comes back up from the Azores once again. ECM also showing absolutely no sign of any tropospheric response to the strat warming there. Basically up to 360 hours up to the end of March. Basically a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Weather.com. Here's a wintry showers that we've had today, although the Towers has avoided them. Tomorrow, we're going to see a bit of rain sinks up in the north, but mostly dry down in the south. Then into the weekend, a lot of dry weather to come as well. Into next week, slowly turns more unsettled, but it's a slow process. Not really until the very end we get about day 10. But we have outbreaks of rain heading in from off the Atlantic. Meantime, the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10 for the Icelandic Met. Obviously gets us to the 22nd of March. 32 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure back in control by day 10, turning unsettled from the Atlantic. And 19 still with a ridge to the east. Low pressure out to the west and winds coming up from more of a southerly, southeasterly direction. So mostly still dry, probably just about with that one. But the low pressure is lurking there to the southwest. And then in 2 weeks' time, This is the option map we've got, and it gets us to the 27th of March. So 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles being still unsettled, or will be unsettled with low pressure out to our west. So it looks like we're going to have a change here from high pressure to low pressure through next week, and that could carry us through to month's end. CFS V2 finally beats a 500 millibar high tolerance broke down to week periods. The first week period taking us from the 12th to the 18th of March. Next week with low pressure south, high pressure east to the north, winds coming in from a cold northeasterly direction. But week 2 seems to change. It's the 19th, 25th of March. High pressure is still blocking around Greenland, but low pressure to our south and southwest starts to bring up milder air from the south and southwest and also turns us unsettled. Week 3 will be the 26th of March to the 1st of April. High pressure then builds up from the south, should be mostly dry and mild to end March with that one. And then week 4 will be the 2nd to the 8th of April. High pressure pulling out into the Atlantic, mid-Atlantic ridge, soft low pressure in over Scandinavia, and winds perhaps returning to a colder northerly directions. But the start of the tropical response to that one, possibly, but it's 4 weeks away, first week of April, so it's a long way out. We'll see. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure everyone board doing that. Why not drop a comment? And let us know what you think about this and all my videos, content, license, etc., etc. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids and get them to subscribe too. And thanks so much, everyone, for doing that. Tomorrow, we're going to have the 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. Going to try and get the verification for winter forecast done tomorrow. Then we can close the door on winter 24-25 finally. And we'll also have a 10 to 14 day as well. Hopefully, the eyes will be a little bit more settled by then. Well, you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, though. And for this one, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.